YouTube, I'm back. I want to appreciate everybody, man, for subscribing. Everybody that's been watching my videos, man. I didn't expect to get like a lot of feedback, but I've been getting a lot of positive feedback as well, man. I think you guys will definitely like this video, man. I finally got some better overlay where you guys can see my hands and everything or whatnot. Like I said, I'm still new to the editing and everything, so hoping you guys bear with me. But I want everybody to please subscribe and check everything out because, man, I'm doing my best. But one thing for sure, it's only up from here, man. And we're gonna stay positive and keep positive vibes. Like I said, man, I'm loving all the positive feedback. So going into this first hand, while in the small blind position, I get dealt pocket fives. Um, it's a good hand. It's not the best hand that I normally would play, but I figured it's a pair. Some of these guys at this tables are definitely pros. I done played with them a few times in tournaments and everything. So I went ahead of this flat call. I'm not going to play around and re-raise or anything while I'm in a small blind position. So I'm just going to go ahead and, man, go and see the flop and try to stay positive, hoping that I hit a set on the flop. But unfortunately, it didn't. It came out Jack, King 10. Not the best board for my hand at all. I'm pretty sure I'm way behind on everybody. So it's not even no point for me to even play around, even try to stick around in some hand that I know that I can't beat anybody. So once the player makes the raise, I go ahead and fold my hand and we go into the next. So now while in the big blind position, I get dealt pocket fours. So this should be pretty interesting. Everybody limp in, I limp as well. So when the flop comes out, it turns out six ace jack. Definitely not a good board for my hand. I'm not going to play around. I went ahead and checked instantly. The dealer puts out a five of diamond. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try the bet and see if I can seal this pot. I raised it up to $15. And to my surprise, nobody made the call and everybody went ahead and laid it down. And I go ahead and I scoop this pot. I show my hand like, hey, I got something. Wasn't bluffing, but hey, let's go ahead and get this money, y'all. We off to the next hand. While in this position, in this big blind position, I get dealt King 10 offsuit. Someone raised, want to say within the cutoff position, raised a 15. I went ahead and flat call as well. And we're going in three ways to the flop, and the dealer turns out 8-5 queen. Not a good looking board for my hand, but it is a rainbow flop. I went ahead and checked. So with the player to the cutoff position, he went ahead and leads out with the bet. So now I'm in a position like, you know what? Should I play around and chase? Then I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and just be patient. I'm gonna lay it down, just wait till I get my hand, not fold it. We're gonna go ahead and go off to the next hand. This hand gets a little crazy. I get dealt 8-3 suited. Everybody limped in, so I went ahead and just played the board. And the dealer turns out 6-6 jack, two clubs. After everybody checks, the dealer turns over a 10. So now I'm kind of committed to this pot. I'm like, you know what? I'll play around and see if I can get a club on the river. To my surprise, I didn't hit, but at the same time, I kind of figured it wouldn't. So when the dealer turns over to five, I went ahead and tried to see if I can go ahead and get a steal. So you know what I did? I went ahead and betted out a total of $35. Everyone folds, but the low jack position, he went ahead and made the call. I'm like, oh no, that's not what I wanted to happen. But he made the call. He turns over queen jack. I tell him good hand, on to the next. That's what I get for trying to steal. But at the same time, it's all right. I'm still staying positive about this board, so we're going to the next hand. While in this position, I get dealt Jack 10 offsuit. Oh yeah, I'm liking this, man. I'm in the middle position. I went ahead and made the flat call of $15 while somebody else raised it. So when a dealer turns over the flop, I'm hoping to hit. The dealer turns over 2 king 3. I'm nowhere near on this board. I went ahead and checked instantly. The dealer turns over a jack. So I went ahead and made the call when the player raised up the $20, and then the dealer turns over a queen. So now this time I went ahead and let out myself and put a bet out there of $40 since the guy to my right decided to go ahead and put the bet out there. I know he was trying to steal because I played with him a few times. He definitely loves doing that. So I went ahead and let out this time on my own without even thinking about it, not even hesitating. I just went ahead and felt like, you know what, I'm ahead. I think you're definitely bluffing. So I'm going to go ahead and make the bet. He thinks about it for a while. He doesn't really know quite sure what I have, obviously, because he even said it himself. He was like, man, you just keep a straight face. I don't know what it is. I'm like, hey, man, I'm not coming here to play around with you. I'm trying to get me some money. I'm on the downswing, but it's been looking pretty good, man. I've been running pretty hot. I ain't gonna lie. I'm loving this, man. He went ahead and laid it down. I go ahead and take this pot. We're going off into the next hand, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies, if you are watching, but gentlemen for sure. Let's go to the next hand. While in the big blind position, I get dealt ace 10 offsuit. Man, the cutoff went ahead and raised it to 25. I'm liking this hand, man. Ace 10, I love it. Whether it's suited or not suited, I just like ace 10. So I went ahead, I made the call when the action came back around to me. Like I said, man, you know, one thing for sure, I would rather play an ace 10 hand than play an ace 5 hand. Ace 5 hand is pretty good. I only play ace 5 only if it's suited and depending on what position I'm in. But ace 10, I just feel like with that type of hand, I can't fold it. I go ahead and I see the flop one time just in case if I hit this board, I'm definitely going to bet. If I miss, I'm out of there. The dealer turns over 7 queen 7. So I'm definitely nowhere near on this board. It's definitely 2 clubs on there, so I don't have any clubs. It's a wrong color for my type of hand, but I'll go ahead and I check as well. So when the dealer turns over a 9 of club, so everybody checks. So then I'm looking like, you know what? I don't feel anybody has nothing, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to steal this pot one time. I went ahead and I made the bet, a total of $25. I'm hoping I don't get a call because I definitely buffing right now. But to my surprise, I guess the person went ahead and believe me, he went ahead and made the fold. But the other player, I don't know, he just feels like I'm lying, but obviously I am. So when the dealer turns over the 7, so now I'm being beat by quads. I'm also being beat by any pair in their hand. So now I'm in this position like, what, should I check and surrender my hand or should I just bet? But you know what I did. No surrender, no retreat. I went ahead and let out again with another bet of $25. And the player, he went ahead and looked at me, tapped the table and said, nice hand. And I'm going to go ahead and scoop up this pot. I can't complain. I definitely bluffed right there, but hey, every poker player does it. Even the pros does it. It's all right, man. I can't complain. As long as I can get me some money, y'all, then we going to keep on going. Let's go get this money, y'all. We up into the next hand. I get dealt ace queen while being the first to act. I went ahead and raised it instantly. $25. I wasn't finna play around. Everybody instantly folds. I'm like, you know what? It's cool, man. Let's go ahead and get to the next hand. I'll take the limp. Now I get dealt king 6 while being the first to act. I'm suited. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play this board one time. Why not? It's not the best hand, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? It's suited. I'm liking how this table going. Nobody's getting like pretty crazy out of hand with the raises or anything or whatnot. So I went ahead and played it. Somebody went ahead and raised it up to 15. So I said, you know what? That's fine. I'll call it 15 just to see what the flopper comes out. The dealer went ahead and got everything together and then turns over Jack 8. One diamond hit the board. I have 2 diamonds in my hand. I'm not going to play around. I'm not going to bet. I went ahead and checked instantly just to go ahead and see the turn. And the dealer turns over a 3 of diamond. So now my hand possibly gets better. So I went ahead and let out with a total of $15. Player, he went ahead and folds. Cutoff actually folds as well. So now I'm like, you know what? Good. Everybody gets out my way. Let me go ahead and get this money, y'all. I'm on a vengeance and I'm coming for this. Now I get dealt pocket 10s. Oh yeah, I love this hand way better than the jacks. I'm being the first to act. I went ahead and raised it up to $17. I'm hoping I don't get anybody to call, but to my surprise, I went ahead and got 2 callers. So I wasn't too happy about that. But the only thing I'm hoping is no overpair to be on that board. But unfortunately, sometimes it don't go your way. So the dealer turns over 7, king 7. The same type of board that was on that last hand when the full house came. So I'm like, you know what? Everybody check. I'm going to go ahead and lead out with a bet and make it seem like I got this over pair. So I led out and put out the bet of $30 and everybody got out my way. I went ahead and I showed the player to my right my hand. I'm like, oh yeah, is this good? He said, it's definitely good. I'm behind. So we're out to the next hand. I can't play it right now, man. It's looking good. I think everybody fear me, y'all. Let's get to it. Going into this pot, man, I get dealt 9-8 suited, man. I love 9-8 hands, man. and the dealer just had to put it up there for me. Turns out 7, 6, 10. I flopped the nuts on the turn. Two hearts. I'm not gonna bet big. I don't want anybody to run off. I went ahead and let out with $12, but everybody instantly got up out of there. And I take this pot down for cheap. I can't complain. I definitely get it that way because I don't want anybody catching up and beating me with a higher straight or a backdoor flush. And we off to this next hand, y'all. Oh yeah, look what I get dealt. I get dealt them pocket queens. You know I'm a ladies man. I went ahead and I raised it to $15. Nobody wanted to make that call. I went ahead and turned it over, let them know I wasn't bluffing. I wasn't playing around. I definitely had a good hand. They fold and get out my way, and I'm gonna go. So going into this next hand, man, I like this type of hand. I get dealt ace king offsuit once again. So you know what I had to do on this position, man. I went ahead and raised it up to a total of $20. I can't play around with this type of hand. I'd rather have one caller than two callers, but unfortunately that didn't go how I wanted it to. So here we go. I'm going three ways into the flop, and the dealer turns over 6, 5, 8. This is a horrible board for my hand. I have nothing on this board. It's a rainbow flop. It is a backdoor straighter, so everybody checks. And I'm thinking if I want to see bet or if I want to check it out, but you know me, it's not in my nature. So you know what I did. I went ahead and I made me a bet of $40. I'm not going to play around. I'm sorry, $45. I'm not going to play around. I want this pot. I already raised it, so I don't want to show any kind of weakness. So I went ahead and I let out. The other player folds. The player to my right, I guess he doesn't believe me, so he went ahead and he made the call too as well. The dealer turns over another 8. So yeah, I'm definitely not liking this at all. But he checks, and now I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna give up. No surrender, no retreat. I'm gonna make one more bet, and if this person calls me again on the river, then I'm just gonna go ahead and either just check it and surrender this hand and accept defeat, or I might just go ahead and bet. But thankfully, he folded, and now I'm gonna get ready and go into this next hand. And I can't complain. I take this pot. Let's get to this money, y'all. Stay consistent and stay motivated, and don't give up, because we here to get some money. I'm running hot. I like it. Let me know what y'all think about that hand. Did I play that a little too aggressive, or did I play it just right? Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Going into this next hand, I get dealt pocket sixes while on the button. Yes, sir. You know what I had to do? I went ahead and raised it up to a total of $20. I definitely didn't want more than one caller, but unfortunately, it didn't go my way. But it's okay. I'm hoping I hit this flop. But the dealer turns over ace 5, 2. Not a good board for my hand. I have middle pair. My ace is definitely beating me. It is a possible way for a straight, but I don't put anybody on the straight. So when the action gets to me, I went ahead and I laid out and I bet it a total of $25. I'm going to see bet on this flop just because I feel like, you know what, I raised. It's a possibility a lot of people already put me on having an ace and everything. I didn't think I would get a call, but I did. But it's okay. And the dealer turns over a 10 of diamond. It doesn't help my hand at all. Two diamonds definitely came on board, so I'm definitely not liking that at all. So I wait just to see what my opponents would do. My opponent is contemplating on what he wants to do, but out of nowhere, I don't know what made him decide to take so long to check. So it kind of made me nervous. So I'm like, okay, I don't really like the fact that he took so long to check. So maybe he's waiting for me to bet. So everybody checks and the dealer turns over a 9 of club. So I definitely do not have the best hand at all. I probably didn't have a best hand from the beginning, but you know what? It is what it is. I feel like this. If somebody is going to bet, they're going to bet. And unfortunately, my opponent to my left, he go ahead and leaves out with $50. But I know he's a fish. I played with him a few times, and he just bless and call anything. So I'm like, you know what? I don't believe you. So I went ahead and re-raised him a total of $150. And soon I did that, he instantly folded and got it out the way. So I would definitely like to appreciate him for doing ahead and donating. And I'll take this pot and we're gonna go ahead and head on to the next, y'all. Let's get it. Let me know what y'all think about that. Did I play that pretty good? Was aggression level straight? Give me some feedback on that. Let me know. So this hand gets a little crazy. I get dealt 10-9 offsuit. I actually like this hand. I like it suited better, but it is what it is. I can't complain. So everybody limps except for the player on the button. Well, actually, no, she's not the button. Sorry about that. She was actually the small blind position. She went ahead and she raised it to a total of $16. I'm like, you know what? I've been running pretty hot. I'm liking this. So I went ahead and I just called it and everything or whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and go into this flop. So once the dealer gets all the money tallied up and everything or whatnot, the dealer turns over 837. This board, man, it's so crazy because now I have an open-ended straight, two hearts on board, so I'm not really winning with that. So action is to her. She has about, I want to say, about 60 left probably or so, about 60, 70, I think, in her stack and everything. So she came in with only $100 for the buy-in. So when she made it 40, I just went ahead and I called it. The other guy folds. So I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and get in this spot. Then the dealer turns over a 4. And now I'm like, she only has a small stack of $42 left. I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of committed to this pot. All I want to see is a 6 or a jack pop up. So I went ahead and I made the call. The dealer gets it together, and then right on the river, I'm hoping it comes. The dealer gives me a pair of a 10. But then I wait for her to show her hand, and she turns over pocket kings. So terrible. But at the same time, that's how it happens sometimes when somebody's short stack. Somebody definitely end up getting a good hand, and they finally go all in because she been folding the whole time. So it is what it is, man. You know, win some, you lose some. But we're on to the next hand. Good job, lady. With this hand right here, wow, in the first to act position, I get dealt Queen 10 offsuit. I didn't like that last hand that I got beat on, so you know what I did. I went ahead and I raised it to a total of $15. I'm not gonna play any games. I'm not gonna limp. I need my money back, man. I'm trying to break even, but it is what it is. That's what happens in poker. So when the dealer gets everything together, the dealer turns over King 6-4, a rainbow flop. I'm definitely behind if anybody has a king, but at the same time, I'm pretty confident in this hand. I like it, so I check. Everybody else checks as well. The dealer turns up a queen. It kind of makes my hand better. It is two diamonds on board, so I definitely don't have any diamonds, but I went ahead and I let out first. I made it a total of $25. Other player, he thinks about it for a minute. I'm hoping that he doesn't call, but he ends up calling, and also the big blind ended up calling as well. So I'm like, well, somebody definitely has a king. Then the dealer turns over a 5. So it is a straight, but I don't put anybody on having 7-8 or anything or whatnot. So when the action gets to me, when the other guy checks, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just make it a light $60. I feel like I'm ahead. I don't feel like anybody has a king or anything. So I let out with $60. The button, he went ahead and instantly fold. But this table, man, it's been crazy because it seems like nobody believes anybody. So the guy ends up making the call. I turn over Queen 10 and show him that I had my okay hand. He shakes his head and say, I can't believe this. And he turns over a Queen 8. And this the same guy that beat me with the 8-3 clubs. Like, he just been out to get me. I told him, man, throw that hand away. He came with them all. He didn't like it. So then after that, the whole time I've been sitting there, it seemed like he been trying to call me down for every pot that I've been in. I don't know what it is, but sometimes, man, poker goes like that, man. When you want your victim, man, you want your victim when you're trying to get your money back. But I can't complain. I got the pot. It was a nice size. We're going to go ahead and go up to the next hand. Let me know what you guys think. Should I checked it, or did I play that pretty good, or what you think? Because I definitely was behind if anybody had two pair, if anybody had a king. But let me know what you guys think in the comment, how you would have played that hand, or if I played that hand pretty good. So just give me some feedback on that. While in a small blind position, I get dealt king jack offsuit. I'm the first to act. I don't really like this hand at all. Somebody went ahead and raised it up to 15. I'm like, you know what? I normally have folded, but I'm like, I just want to see how the board will come out because I've been kind of getting pretty lucky. The dealer turns out 2-3-7. I am nowhere near on this board. It is terrible. I shouldn't even be in this hand at all, but I instantly check just to see what goes on. The dealer turns over a 10 of diamond. I'm still way behind, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can possibly steal. I made a bet of $5. Two players called, but then the button, he went ahead and raised to 25. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can see who either has a pair of 10 or who might possibly be on the diamond draw. So I looked at it for a while. I'm like, you know what? Should I try to steal and re-raise? I think about it for a while. Then I said, you know what? I believe you, man. I went ahead and I just laid it down, folded, get out his way. We on to the next. Man, I get dealt ace jack suited. Wow, in the hijack position. I like this flop. The player leaves out with a total of $15. I went ahead and I flat call. I'm not going to play around. I just want to make sure a heart doesn't come up on that next turn. The dealer turns over the ace. A good thing that I wanted to see. I don't put anybody on having king, queen, or anything. Only way you're going to beat me right now if you have a straight, but I don't put anybody on having 7-8 as well. So I laid out with a total of $20. I'm liking this board. I feel like I am definitely ahead, but I guess the player to my left doesn't feel like I'm ahead, I'm guessing. So he's chasing down, but I'm thinking he's chasing hearts. So the dealer turns over a three of diamond. So it's a brick. It is only one straight, well, two straights, but I don't put on anybody having a straight, not a king, queen, or 7-8 and everything. So I'm liking this pot. So you know what I did? I went ahead and I pushed my luck. I raised up to $120. I want this pot, y'all. I'm not gonna play around. I'm not gonna slow play. I feel like as if like I definitely got the best hand. If you have the better hand than me, then hey, so be it. When the guy raised $20, I re-raised to $120. He thinks about it for a while. I don't know if he doesn't believe me or if he just feel like as if I'm bluffing, but I mean, I showed a lot of my hands. I mean, I have bluffed a few times, but eventually he finally lays it down, and I'm going to go ahead and I take this pot. On this hand, I get dealt ace four suited. I like this hand, man. You know, it's not bad, man. If somebody straddled and made it $6, I went ahead and called, but then the player to my left, he went ahead and raised it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess he means business. I guess he's kind of mad at me. He wants some more money back. So he raised it up to $20. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to play around. I know I got to be the first to act. So I went ahead and I flat called. I didn't play any games. I'm trying to steal the pot or anything. So the dealer turns out 2, 10, 9, two diamonds. That's a board I love to see, y'all. So you know what I did? I didn't play any games. I went ahead and I led out first with a total of $30. I'm not finna play around. You don't did it now, buddy. So now I feel like we finna go to war with this hand. Anything you bet, I'm definitely calling. I'm not finna fold. I'm committed to this spot because the only thing that's gonna beat me right now, if you have a set and you possibly hit your full house, but I'm not going on that. So on the turn, the dealer turns over a king of heart. So it didn't make my hand any better, but at the same time, I'm not leaving this pot. I like this board. I just feel like a diamond is coming, y'all. So you know what I did? I went ahead and I laid out again with a total of $40. He instantly gets in my way. I showed him ace four and I told him I wasn't going anywhere. He said, good hand. He went ahead and laid it down. We're on to the next hand. Let me know what y'all think about that hand. Did I play that pretty good? I don't know. Some people probably would have checked it down, but I just feel like it was coming. So I didn't want to check, man. I try to get by you from the pot, you know, and just try to basically hope I can hit on that turn. But he folded. Let me know what y'all think. Well, look what I get dealt again. Ace King suited. Yeah, buddy. I went ahead and I raised it up to $20. But you want to know what's so crazy about this, y'all? This same hand that I get dealt twice with being suited this time, though, turned out to be good because I got ace king offsuit. But this time I got ace king suited. But this time, look what came on the board. The dealer turns over king 9-5. Not a good board for my hand if another heart come, but a king did hit that board, and I have top pair with top kicker. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to play around. I'm not going to slow play. I instantly went ahead and got my chips together and I raised it up to a total of $100. I'm not gonna have anybody playing around. If you're gonna chase me, you're gonna have to chase it. If you want to see that next card, everybody instantly folds. I turn over ace king. They say it's good to go, and we off to that next hand. And I'm going ahead, man, and wrap this money up, y'all. We getting to it. Let's get some money. Let me know how I played that hand as well too. You know, especially with two hearts on board. Did I play it right by betting like that? I mean, what if somebody was on a hard draw? But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I feel like if somebody had it, they would have definitely caught it. But I think with an H king type of hand, then with you already missing the suit that you have on board with two possible what a possible way of getting a flush that you don't have that. I think I played it pretty fair. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in this comment or whatnot. Well, on that hand first, that comment, if I played it right and everything. So yeah. So going on to the last hand of the night, man, I get dealt King Nine suited while in a small blind position. I went ahead and I was thinking about lipping, but then the player on the button, he went ahead and raised. I normally would play this type of hand, but I'm like, you know what? I'm up, man. I doubled my money. I started off with $300 for the buy-in. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna even play around, man. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay it down and call it a night. Get up out of here, man, and just go ahead and take this victory, man. I've been running hot, man, for the past 2 days. So I went ahead and laid it down, called it tonight. I went to see if I can get another good hand while I was on the button, but unfortunately that didn't go as planned. So I'm like, you know what? It's cool. Got my chips together, and I told the dealer, you know what? I'm out of there. You guys drive safe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. And that's what it is, y'all. So now I'm racking up, getting ready to go to the cage. I told them I don't want any more hands. A lot of people asked me to stay, and I was like, I can't do it. They told me, oh, you're doing the hit and run. I'm like, man, look, when you're on the downswing and you're finally getting back, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking my winnings and I'm running off with it. I'll be back and I live to fight another day. And right now, I am positive. I'm having a happy vibe, man. Like I said, I didn't expect to get the feedback that I've been getting and everybody tuning into my channel, but you guys let me know, man, what you think about the new overlay that I got for the cars now. Is it better? Well, obviously, I feel it's better than my old videos, but how do you guys think I played for this session right here, man? Did I play this pretty good? I know it probably was scary on a few hands or whatnot, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys would have played something different, or that my aggression that I played at the table wasn't pretty good. I know sometimes, bluffing can definitely backfire on you, but I don't know. Overall, man, I think I played pretty good. Like I said, I'm not a super pro. I'm no Phil Ivey or anything, but I definitely have a good game, man, because I went from playing blackjack and roulette and craps and merged over to poker. But let me know what you guys think, man. I thank you everybody that tuned in. Please subscribe to this channel, and man, keep looking out for content. I'm gonna keep it coming. Until next time, peace out, y'all.